We are following breaking news out of Minneapolis, where we've just learned that no charges will be filed against police in the death of Amir Locke, a black man who was killed during a no-knock warrant. NBC News correspondent Shaquille Brewster has been following the story for us. Shaq, bring us up to speed for people who are just tuning into this case. I mean, who was Amir Locke and how was he killed?
Well, Amir Locke was 22 years old, and he was killed on February 2nd of this year as Minneapolis police executed a no-knock search warrant on an apartment in which he was staying. Now, we got new details of the actual investigation and what happened. You're seeing the body camera there. That was the morning of February 2nd as Minneapolis police were assisting the St. Paul Police Department in executing a search warrant involving a homicide investigation. Now, Amir Locke, he was not named in that warrant. He was not a suspect in this case, but he was staying on the couch. He was sleeping on the couch of someone potentially connected to that investigation. And you see in that video, he was under the couch, and as police, or he was under a blanket on the couch, and as police enter the apartment, he came up from that blanket, and police say a barrel of the gun was pointed in the direction of an officer. So that is the case that you saw back in February. It led to significant protests. It led to a ban, immediate ban on or moratorium on no-knock warrants in the city of Minneapolis. And today we have that information and that news from the Hennepin County Attorney and then the Attorney General for the state of Minneapolis saying that no charges will be filed against the officers involved in that raid.
And can you stay on that point just for a minute here? I mean, why has the Minnesota Attorney General decided to file criminal charges against the officer, declined to file criminal charges against the officers?
Yeah, and I'll read a bit from that statement. But before I do, one thing that we heard from both of those leaders, the leader of the state investigative body and the county investigative body, they said that Amir Locke was a victim here. They made that very clear, and they underscored again that he was not a suspect in this case. They said, quote, he should be alive today, and his death is a tragedy. But later on, and you see there was a press conference that they just wrapped up in the past couple of minutes. Later on, they detailed that after a thorough review of all available evidence, however, there is insufficient admissible evidence to file criminal charges in this case. They essentially explained that their thorough review showed that the gun was at one point pointed in the direction of an officer. Remember, this was a raid that happened at about 6:45 in the morning. It appeared as if Amir Locke was sleeping and it was a no-knock raid, but it's not their job, they say, to evaluate the intentions of the victim in this case. Instead, they have to approach it from the position of a reasonable officer. And they said in that instance, a reasonable officer had a right to fear for his life.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.